My name is Shelby Morano, and behind me is the longest river in North Carolina, the Neuse River. In 1584, English explorer Arthur Barlow named the Neuse River for the Neuse Indians, translating to peace. From hiking and biking to paddling and fishing, the Neuse has it all. Nearly 2 million years old, the Neuse is a very important part of the largest estuary and is said to be the most important fish nursery in the United States. However, this geologic feature has had its share of problems. The river has had outbreaks of Listeria fiscata, which is toxic to the fish, and high levels of pollution, which have spiked efforts to protect the Neuse, all of which I'll be covering in this video. The Neuse is one of only 3 rivers in North Carolina and is located entirely inside the state. The river starts in a 10-acre farm pond in northeast Durham, and from that point feeds into Falls Lake, located in the northern part of Raleigh. The Neuse is located in one of the fastest growing areas in the United States, and that has its consequences. In the Raleigh-Durham area, where it starts off as a freshwater river, it flows southeast toward the Pamlico Sound. To get there, it's passing through cities, farms, and swamps, and it starts to become a shallow and slow-moving brackish estuary jet stream from New Bern in western Craven County. It's wider at that point, and its upper estuary is affected by wind-driven currents and what are known to be as saltwater wedges that are moving upstream from the Pamlico Sound. The mouth of the Neuse River is reported to have the widest river mouth in the continental U.S. The river is one of only 4 river basins that lie entirely within the state boundaries, and has many major tributaries, including Crabtree, Swift, Connecticut Creeks, and the Eno, Little and Trent rivers, and starting off as just a confluence of the Eno and Flat rivers, the Neuse now spills from the Falls Lake Reservoir Dam, located above Raleigh. It stretches 248 miles, and at its widest point is 6 miles wide. In the Piedmont section, a gently sloping plain, the area around the stream is raised and hilly because the stream has cut down into the rock. These rocks in this region range from shale and sandstone to granite. The rocks in the Piedmont region have been altered by many physical and chemical processes, which gives the area in and around the Neuse its reddish and soft soil with decayed rock characteristics. In the coastal plain region, where the river is located, is underlain by many sedimentary rocks like sand, clay, and limestone, but covered by a light and sandy loose soil. The land area around the river is generally well drained, but the bottom of portions of the stream can be swampy. Geologic studies show that a few times in history, the Neuse and other rivers around it have flooded, especially during the Paleocene epoch. The river feeds into one of the nation's biggest and most productive coastal estuaries, and has always played a prominent role in North Carolina's fishing history. The Albemarle-Pamlico Sound estuary system is a nursery for 90% of commercial seafood species that have been caught in North Carolina. These rivers and streams of the Neuse River Basin are spawning areas for fish such as shad, herring, striped bass, and other kinds of fish. Other recreational and commercial species include catfish, bass, flounder, blue crabs, shrimp, and oysters. These species of fish live in the ocean when they're adults and migrate upstream to spawn in fresh water. In the early 20th century, the Neuse produced more catches of shad than any other river in the entire state. The river contains some pretty neat creatures too. The Neuse River Basin is home to 17 different kinds of rare freshwater mussels and snail species, such as the dwarf wedge mussel and the Tar River spiny mussel, which are both listed as federally endangered species. Also known as the mud puppy, the Neuse River water dog is a rare aquatic salamander. The large salamanders can reach almost a foot long and are extremely rare. They aren't found anywhere else other in the world than the Neuse and Tar-Pamlico river basins. Their existence on the lower Neuse is being threatened by large quantities of nutrients like nitrogen that have been contributed from pollution by non-point sources. Non-point pollutions come from large areas and consist of things like fertilizers and waste from animals that have been washed up from homes and farms. In small amounts, nitrogen is actually beneficial to the aquatic life here. However, in excess, it reduces the oxygen in the water and contributes to the growth of algae. It's thought that nutrient pollution caused the outbreak of Listeria fiscata, which was linked to the major fish kills in 1995. This placed the Neuse on Endangered Rivers Watch list for several years in an effort to trigger a call to decision-making to hear the voices of the friends of that river. In 2007, it spurred the creation of new hog farms so that researchers could observe their effect on the quality of water and investigate better ways to handle their waste. The crisis prompted the new state laws and regulations a year later that were intended to reduce nitrogen inputs by 30% within 5 years. The Neuse River Basin also boasts an unusual geologic formation. In Lennar County, the Neuse has carved a 100-foot canyon, a unique feature on a coastal plain river. The towering bluff of sedimentary rock is the showpiece of cliffs of the Neuse State Park, southeast of Goldsboro. The Neuse is believed to be one of the oldest rivers in U.S. archaeological history, dating back to more than 14,000 years ago. All in all, the Neuse River is a very important geologic structure in North Carolina for its commercial and recreational use and the information researchers have obtained by studying it. The research done in the late 90s and early 2000s helped us understand what was going on when there were mass deaths of fish and the rise of algae we would see. Studies have shined light on how the majestic river is commonly polluted in hopes we can save the lives of the endangered aquatic animals here on the Neuse. It is most certainly a vital role in our state. Thank you.